All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to My People and I. And today we will not be talking about only Nigeria. We will be talking about the entire continent of Africa because we have so much in common. So wherever you are watching from in any of the 54 countries in Africa, I can't start naming all the countries because I would have to name each one of them. So wherever you are watching from in all the 54 countries in Africa, you are welcome to this channel, My People and I, where we discuss just Africa. Today, we'll be talking about Cameroon and Nigeria. Let's start by talking about Nigeria. The next presidential election in Nigeria comes up in 2027. And 2 years to the time, I can tell you that campaign is already in full-blown mode. We have never seen anything like this before. People are campaigning as if election comes up in 1 month time. The business of governance is all but abandoned now for campaign. Those who are out of office are looking to get in. Those who are in office are looking for re-election. And recently, a video began circulating on X. One of the biggest states in Nigeria is the oil-producing River State, and an ex-governor from the state called AMAECHI came out and sent warning to another ex-governor of River State called WIKE, who is the minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He told him, he accused him of rigging elections. Not only rigging elections, but writing election results even before the elections are conducted. But he said this time around, he will not be allowed to do it. He basically declared a war in the states come 2027. So 2 years to an election, there is already tension in River State. Before I show you that video and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly talk about what is happening in Cameroon. Look at how the papers reported it. 90-year-old Marcel Niat Njifenji has served as Cameroon's Senate president since 2013. He was re-elected on March 18, 2024. 85-year-old Kavai Yengui Jibril has served as the president of the National Assembly since 1992. He was re-elected in 2024. Cameroon's 93-year-old president Pauliya has ruled the country since 1982. He was the prime minister from 1975 to 1982, and he is seeking re-election this year. So we have a 90-year-old Senate president of Cameroon re-elected in 2024, a 90-year-old man. Then we have an 85-year-old National Assembly president. He was also re-elected in 2024. And now 93-year-old President Pauliya is seeking re-election this year. You can see their pictures right there on the screen. These men are as old can be. And of course, you know what happens in Africa. There is a more sinister possibility that each man here is about 5 to 10 years older than the age that he has declared. This is the situation we have in Africa, and it is mind-boggling. How can a 93-year-old man be seeking re-election after staying in office for 42 years? We all have aged parents. We have parents, or even if you don't have your parents around now, you may have uncles or people around you who are aged, or you have been involved with aged people before. You know that at around 70-something to 80 years old, men and women can't even take care of themselves anymore. I mean, taking care of their own personal hygiene. It begins to fail them terribly. Very terribly. I don't want to start mentioning some things, but you know what I'm talking about. Now, a man who cannot take care of himself, you now hand over a nation to him. How is that nation going to fare? This is the problem we have in Africa. Leadership is in a mess. And I won't be discussing solutions much in this video because I have other things to touch. But I tell you, the solution to all these problems lies with the younger generation. It lies with the youth in Africa. Now, let us take that video from River State. Ex-governor AMAECHI sending a warning from his coalition party ADC to the ruling All Progressive Congress. As a matter of fact, he was talking to another ex-governor, WIKE, who is now the minister of the FCT. He was telling him that it is fire for fire in 2027. See the video.
Currently, Nigerians are complaining in President Tinubu's first tenure. Imagine what is. Then you'll be dead and buried. People are dying every day, not of sickness, but of starvation. If you're not ready to confront them, I'm looking for those who want me to confront them. You agree? If you allow them leave you out, our state is notorious for writing results. We must stop them from writing results, right? They make noise after writing results. We will stop them from writing results. Please go home now and start mobilizing. Well, these are the people that will come and vote. Let me tell you one thing.
The moment anybody emerges from the primary, we insist on a free and fair, let me say, transparent primary. All of us will support whoever emerges. All of us. That's the agreement.
You saw that. Elections are 2 years away and people are already, talking fire. So a state is tensed up 2 years to an election. And I hope that it is for good. I hope that the whole place is getting tensed up because you want to wrestle power to help the people. Because you want to wrestle power to solve the problems not only in Rivers State but in Nigeria as a whole. As we all know, the biggest black nation on earth, blessed with so many mineral resources. And if Nigeria can get it right, you and I know that the entire Africa will benefit heavily from it. Nigeria can become the United States of Sub-Saharan Africa because we are blessed heavily. The problem is leadership. The problem is management. If we can harness all that we have properly and sincerely, Nigeria will take its place in the Committee of Nations and the entire African continent will benefit heavily from that. We hope that one day Nigeria will be able to get it together, and we hope so for the entire African continent. Finally, let's take this update talking about Nigeria submitting a bid to host Formula 1 contest in Nigeria. So many people have found it laughable. They think we don't have what it takes to host the Formula 1 race in Nigeria. Look at how the papers reported it. Nigeria in talks to become first African country to host Formula 1 race in 32 years. The National Sports Commission, NSC, has declared Nigeria's interest in hosting a Formula 1 Grand Prix. And the chairman of the National Sports Commission, the chairman of NSC, that has appointed the Formula 1 race racing all about the race. Its official representative want to do for the bid to change the Formula 1 race of the world in about Abuja, the possibilities in Africa, about the things that they feel are possible in Africa. So, well, I am tempted to call it misplaced priority, but coming from that angle, trying to show Africa, he's saying that they are trying to show Africa in a different light, is not something I can criticize. But I would like to say there are better ways to try to show Africa in a different light. For instance, the problem we have with food insecurity in Africa, when we have agriculture, we have all the agriculture friendly soils and climatic conditions in Africa, yet Africa is about the hungriest continent. Why don't we solve that problem to the point that we begin to give to these foreign countries to show ourselves in a different light? How about the area of education? How about the area of housing? The housing deficit in Africa is outrageous. How about we do such things, real things that Africans, Nigerians, people you know, all over Africa can begin to feel the impact of real development. How about we show ourselves in a different light going through those routes? That is just my input, and it is my opinion. I wish them luck. I hope they get the bid. I hope they do it well and make Nigeria and Africa proud. But if you ask me, I would say there are better things that we can invest our energy and time into to show Nigeria in a different light. Anyway, make I leave am here. If you haven't subscribed to this channel anywhere you're watching from in Africa, I don't know what you're waiting for. Do that now. Make we for no quarrel. Do it. I'm watching you now. Bye.